Hey everybody, it's Aaron here from Go Grava, and I have something for you today. What have I learned after fixing 100 bicycles in about 2.5 months at the Go Grava shop? And I tell you, I have learned a lot, and I'm going to put maybe 10 of these references up here, or 10 of the things I learned, and we'll talk about them fairly quick. But I was a really good bike mechanic, I thought, as an amateur bicycle mechanic working on my own bicycles. For the last 40 years, since literally I was 10 or 11 years old, working on my first BMX. And yeah, so let's talk about the, maybe we'll say top 10. I don't know, it could be 8, it could be 12, but what have I learned after doing 100 bicycle repairs that I did not fully expect? Number one is the amount of tooling that you need, connectors and things like that for bottom brackets and cassettes. I mean, oh my goodness. Like, I knew there was a lot of different variations, but until you actually have to order it for your bike shop, it's like, oh my God, there's another part I don't have, like this guy, or this guy, or this guy, or this guy. I mean, it's just never ending parts to remove parts. Was surprising. Number two, how many things are over torqued by everybody? I just feel like everything is over torqued. When I'm torquing things down to the specifications and then I go to undo it when the bike comes back for some reason, or after I got to take the part off after I put it back on, it's just surprising on how easy it comes off. But most of the time when I get bicycles in, I mean, things are really, really difficult to get off, which is going to bring us to point number three. Point number three being, because things are so over tightened, or there's not proper anti-seize lubricant on the things that are installed, how much I'm using breaker bars, impact wrenches, and reverse left-hand threaded screws to get stuff off, to rip stuff off, to drill stuff out. Really surprising on how many bicycles are not that old. Things are over torqued and they're not lubricated, and I got to resort to like really some heavy duty stuff to get things out. Number four, how much I still love working on BMX bikes. It is amazing to me. One of the things I loved about BMX is it's easy to work on, which is one thing. But now that I have a bike shop and I have access to all these parts and I have SE bikes in my bike shop, how much you can really customize. I have the ability to customize everything in chrome if I wanted to. I mean, I could chrome out somebody's bicycle, and to me, that's really fun. And I was surprised, like, I still love working on BMX bikes. Number five being, I didn't realize how bad Walmart bikes suck until I had a bike shop. You would be better off spending your money on something like a used Fuji or some used 90s bike, steel bicycle, because these hold up a lot better. Like, you would be surprised at how many bottom bracket assemblies completely fall apart within the first 60 days of a Walmart bike. Like, it is really, really surprising. Or not only that, how poorly assembled they are. So I would just go to Facebook Marketplace if you're on a budget, get an old bicycle like this for 25 bucks, pay a bike shop 150 to fix it up, and you have a really solid bicycle. Okay, number six. Number six has to do with e-bikes. I am inundated with e-bikes, calls, phone calls, and things like that. And let's separate e-bikes into two categories, okay? We have e-bikes that are made by reputable manufacturers like Specialized, Giant, Fuji, you know, all Scott, all the brand names, right? Those are reputable e-bikes. What I'm talking about is the $500, what they call e-bikes that you can buy on Amazon. What a pain in the butt those things are, because all of this stuff is proprietary, and we'll lead into number 7 here after I talk about this. But, you know, I can't fix most of them, and they're not even e-bikes. So to be an e-bike, speed limit's got to be 28 miles per hour or below. Most of these are e-motorcycles, because they're, even though they're advertised on Amazon at 28 or maybe 30, they're really going 45, 50, 60 miles an hour. They got 1,500 watt batteries on them. I mean, it's crazy. And they're mixing motorcycle parts and bicycle parts and all kinds of Frankenstein stuff going on. And I have customers coming in wanting me to fix their e-bike, which I'll probably do a whole nother video on, because there's such a complicated mess, because it's not a bicycle, it's an e-motorcycle. It's an electric motorcycle. So that's what I was surprised on. And we'll move to number 7. Number 7, things I didn't realize until I repaired all these bikes. Did you know 48 variations of disc brake pads? Like, really, 48 variations of disc brake pads. Wild. Wild. Gets complicated to hold 48 types of brake pads in your store, which leads me to my next thing. Okay, this is, what is this, number 8? Number 8. Number 8, I wanted to do same-day turnaround on bicycles, but that was so naive because the amount of inventory you have to have in your bike shop to do same-day turnaround is probably way more money than I have because of all the different components and parts and pieces and things like that within the cycling industry. So my dreams of same-day turnaround are not going to happen for all bicycles. Some, yes, but not all bicycles because of all the different componentry. Number 9, after fixing 100 bicycles in the last 200 months, one of the things that surprised me is that I'm still enjoying it very much. Like, yeah, I actually like doing this. I like having my own bike shop. I like fixing bicycles. Yeah, it's, you know, I figured maybe I would get a little burnout after a while, but no, you know, maybe I got to do 10,000 bike repairs before I start getting tired of it. But no, I like working with people. I like helping them. I like fixing their bicycles. This is probably what I'm doing until I'm 80. All right. And I guess the last thing I'll say is owning a bike shop and being my own bike mechanic and doing 100 bicycles. I would say that the one thing that I've had to come to terms with is the price is the price. That's really what it is. Like, my labor is non-negotiable, and the price of the parts are what the price of the parts are. Like, I have a lot of people right now, and maybe it's economically things are a bit down, but I have a lot of price sensitive customers coming into my shop. And I really do feel bad for them. I know what it's like to, well, especially right now, starting a bike shop. Talk about broke. But I know what it's like when you don't have much money in your bank account and somebody wants to charge you $150 to $200 to fix your bike. Yeah, but the price is the price. It's non-negotiable for me. I'll run myself out of business if I cutting deals with people on price and labor and stuff like that. So those are like the top 10 things that I've learned as a future pro bike mechanic, I hope. I'm still in the beginning phase of it, and YouTube has been super helpful for some of the unordinary stuff. Like, you know, I got to be honest, I never worked on Campy before. Campy came into my shop, so I had to learn that, but everything's on YouTube these days. And if you're mechanically inclined, I believe you could actually probably repair your own bicycle if you're willing to invest in the tools. That's the only one of the reasons you bring it to a bike mechanic, is some of the tools can get outrageously expensive, and it's just better to have somebody else do it that has the tools, because really what I do as a bike mechanic, you know, I'm kind of spreading the cost of the tools across all the customers. That's what you pay for in the labor and service charges and stuff. So yeah, that's what I learned, and I'm learning more stuff every day. So at 50 years old, you know, inspiring bike mechanic, it's quite enjoyable. Yeah, and running my own bike shop. But we all have dreams, right? And we got to pursue our dreams. So I do have an online store. I'm adding more and more stuff to it every day. You can take a look at it. I hope to have a wheel building section on there at some point. So I'm adding hubs. We're really just sticking with DT Swiss at the moment. So if you're looking at, you know, getting at your own wheel building, I'll kind of off the wheel segment, create a wheel building segment embedded within there where you can get all the hubs and spokes and tools that you need to build wheels. And I'll be doing more things like that with different categories at the shop. And yeah, so those are my adventures. I just want to provide everybody an update. This is something I thought about this week. Okay, everybody, bye. All right, Fuji orange, man. Love this orange. I'm still using it. I got an orange one out on the floor right now.